If we do away with the 10 words or the 10 commandments, we do away with the foundation for our functioning society. But what about all of the other commands that come after the Great 10? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10 Minute Torah, day number 1 of the Torah portion of Mishpatim. Let's read one verse today, Shemot, Exodus, chapter 21, verse 1. These are the right rulings which you are to set before them. That's the way my translation here that I commonly use, the Scriptures translation reads, and most English translations follow suit. However, going back to the original Hebrew text, we will find that there is a word that is missing, the very first word, indicated by the letter Vav. The Hebrew phrase here is Ve'ele Mishpatim. Ve'ele, the Va sound, indicates the word and. So, rightly translated, verse 1 should read, and these are the right rulings. Does one word really make that much difference? Actually, it does. When we include the word and these are the right rulings, it tells us that what is being stated in chapter 21 is vitally and immediately connected to that which just preceded it. And that is that the 10 words, the 10 commandments have been given to us, and the revelation of the Father has been demonstrated. Israel has heard the voice of the Creator to the extent that they feared for their lives. Yah begins to give some of his instructions, saying to them about not having other idols and the protocol of a slaughter place or an altar. Now that that's been established, how you relate to me, this is how you are to worship me. We come to this verse now in chapter 21, and based on relationship, based on this revelation of myself to you, based on these foundational concepts and commands that I've given to you, here is the way that you are to live. So the first word, it's saying to us, everything is connected. When one says, well, I believe that you should keep the 10 commandments, they may not agree with anything else that is in the quote-unquote the law, the Old Testament, as they would say, but I'll keep the 10 commandments. But if you put the word and there in chapter 21, verse 1, then there is an understanding, wait a minute, you can't just grocery shop the Torah, the commandments. If you're going to keep these, there are those that are connected vitally to them that Yah says goes along with them. They're all the same single package. Now, the 10 words, 10 commandments, they are the foundational concepts for most of the world's legal systems, societal structures and orders. Christianity has spread these the world over. Judaism likewise has spread these the world over. And it is based on these commands that we understand in a functioning society, you shall not steal. Taking what belongs to someone else is a crime. Killing someone else should be a crime. Lying, perjury, taking a false oath, breaking your legal contracts, there should be some consequences for that. We've done away with such things as having no other gods before him, honoring our father and mother. Oh yeah, help us. When these things break down, society begins to crumble around us. It's not unthinkable then that later on killing, stealing, lying will be winked at, and there should be no punishment. It says that we should not commit adultery. Well, we know that that's really not holding a whole lot of water in our world today. When we lose hold of these foundational concepts, we lose hold on ourselves, safety, security, stability, societal structure, anything that is meaningful in life. Likewise, however, when we understand what goes on in chapter 21, as we will get into this week, there are relational issues, how we are to relate with other people, and various stages of obligation, either from ourselves to them or from them to ourselves. How to order our family, how to deal with things legally. What do we do with the thief? Do we just line him up at the wall and shoot him down? What do we do with him? There are various concepts that are described to us that Yah says, this is the way that you are to live. Now, what is commonly preached and taught is that the Torah, misidentified in most circles as the law, it's a horrendous translation of the concept of Torah. Torah is teachings and instructions. When you hear most folks address it, however, it is referred to as bondage, slavery. Yah only gave the Torah to the Jews to prove to them that they couldn't live it. That simply doesn't make any sense. He gave the Torah to us to show us how bad we were. Torah does reveal sin. When we fail to walk according to the Torah, we walk in sin. Sin, 1 John 3:4 says, is the violation of the Torah. Simply put, however, the Torah is not too hard for any of us, Moshe said. Rav Shaul agreed in Romans chapter number 10. So when we understand that the Torah was given to us, that it's holy, that it is good, that it is capable of being walked out, we should understand how is it that this works. Well, Yeshua said that he only came to speak to us the words of the Father, and that the words that he spoke are the words that the Father spoke. In Yochanan chapter number 14, in verse number 15, he says, if you love me, you shall guard my commands. 1 John says the same thing. This is how that we know that we love him, if we guard his commandments. But then let's continue here. In verse 16 and following, it says, and I shall ask the Father, that is, if you love me and you are keeping my commands, then I shall ask the Father, and he shall give to you another helper to stay with you forever. Who is this helper? He says in 17, the Spirit of truth, whom the world is unable to receive because it does not see him or know him, but you know him, for he stays with you and shall be in you. The greater revelation of Yeshua is given to those who are willing to walk in obedience to what he teaches and commands us. And he said, I only share with you and say to you what I hear my Father saying, or do what I see my Father doing. The words that I give to you are the words that my Father gave to me. I don't know, Barry. I don't know. I just don't believe I can do that. I just don't know that I can keep all those commandments. Yah is looking for those that are willing to have fellowship with him and draw near to him. How do we do that? Last week we talked about that the ancient pagans, they worshiped the sun, moon, and stars because they knew that their simple ways were prohibiting them from touching the Creator and getting close to him. So they worshiped that which was intermediary. But here's the beauty of the Torah. It reveals to us who Messiah is, reveals to us what his heart, his character, what his nature, what his personality is, what his way is, what his instructions are. And the Torah doesn't beat us down. Quite the contrary. The Torah has been given to us to elevate us, to raise us up, to show us how to walk in the likeness of our Messiah and be like him. And as Yeshua then is rightly accepted by the Father full and completely, so can we be in him. So find your acceptance. Be elevated today, and we'll see you tomorrow. To then, shalom.